All right. Whew. You're here after this is the holiday season for us. Just passed,
Yeah, gained a few pounds. Hey,
several pounds.
Lots of good stuff.
We have stuff over here that we're still eating, So if you see us snacking, I'm sorry.
That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. This is our third episode. We're doing this first episode film, so hopefully the rest of them will be filmed from here on out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, so it's exciting. Get to be here with my best friend. So, with being here with my best friend, I figured that this would be a great episode to do in which we honor him. Honor him, his life journey, the things that, attracted me to become his friend and always want to maintain this friendship. He played an equal and opposite role in that. But, from my perspective, it was always it was never something I had to force. Never something, I had to I got to talk to Blair today. It was always came natural. So this episode is about you, Dr. Blair Smith.
Okay. Where do we start?
I don't know. Do you want to go? There's so many ways. Then this episode is going to be 30, 45 minutes. It could be 3 days worth of material easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Or a lifetime's worth. I'm sorry.
It could be. I don't know. You're Dr. Smith now. That came by no easy feat.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that wasn't even how most kids have the dream of becoming a doctor or whatever.
I dreamed of becoming a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I did.
I remember you watched all the videos.
Story for another time.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting that wasn't really... Being a doctor wasn't really, at least a specific dream for me. But I do have kind of my origin story of how I started on the path that I did that, has led me to where I am. And that is when I was 9, my grandfather died of pancreatic cancer. It was a tough time because when I was 9, he was one of the people that I was closest to. So losing him was really a big hit for me. I literally remember my grandfather's a very stubborn man. He was.
Greatest generation, right?
Yeah, well, and I picked up that too. But
yes, he did.
But he wanted to go home. So, he knew he was dying. We all knew he was dying. And he was like, I want to die in my house. And so, we, got home hospice set up. Literally, the first day he was back home, he died. And, I remember I was the first person to know that he died because I literally went over to where he was laying down and put my hand on his chest, feeling for his heart. There was no heartbeat. And that led me to probably most of the things I've accomplished in life, because in that moment where I didn't feel that heartbeat, I made a decision. At that time, I made a decision to cure cancer, which I'm kind of deviating from at this point. Well, we'll see. I'll try to get back to that at some point, but I have a current path that I need to follow. So.
Okay, what's the current path?
The current path is residency. So I'm 6 months into my first year residency for internal medicine, hospital medicine. So, which I love. I don't know. I guess some people complain about residency, you get too tired or whatever. But no, I mean you have those days of where you're tired. But for me, it's I don't know. You know me. As long as I'm learning, I'm happy.
Yeah, he's not lying about that. I've probably, since he's been in residency, seen him at least upwards of 15 times. Maybe out of those 15 times, I've seen him tired once. And this is him working, 6 days out the week, 8 to 15-hour shifts, bare minimum 8, upwards of 15. So, I don't know. He's the kind of guy who, he gets tired when he's not being challenged.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
So.
Truer words never spoken.
Truer words never spoken. Okay, so if that's the case, so that's where you're currently at. So where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Yeah. Where you going? What you trying to do?
I was gonna say one word, and that's rich.
Okay, so it's all about the money, huh? So we get this nice story about his father, grandfather, not feeling his heartbeat, and then it turns into about the money.
But the money. Well, there's both the gift and the curse, right? Of me is I have so many passions. Medicine is just one of them. And it's the one that I've committed the most time and probably energy to at this point. But it's far from the only thing that I want to do. So, next 5 years, completing residency is a big part of that. So that's another 2.5 years. And then I want to do this, right? I want to make podcasts, and I don't know. I want to do as much as I can to make people happy, and also make them think for themselves, or inspire them to think for themselves about who they are, what they want. Because I think that bit of introspection for me is what has led me to be the most happy in my life. Really knowing what you want, what fulfills you. So, I want to do movies.
All right, in terms of what?
I want to act. I don't know. I acted in high school, and it was the most thrilling experience I've ever had. I don't know if anything has really ever compared to that. So, that's one of my greatest passions, and it's been put on hold for far too long.
Fair point.
Because I was in a foreign country for 2 years.
What's in a foreign country?
Grenada. And then I've just been busy, and then I've had other obstacles along the way that have kept me from doing things that I enjoy. So I want to act. I also so I say get rich, right? And that is something that I want in the future. But I have many reasons behind that statement. Okay. Well, I've gone through a lot of pain in my life, and at a young age, at an age where no one should have to experience that. So specifically, I tore my meniscus in my right knee, or both menisci in the right knee, and a few months went by. I was walking around on it, got worse. Did stuff to try to help it, like physical therapy, surgery, and at this point, I still have chronic pain though, and I truly believe that if I were a billionaire, that I could find the resources and, pay what was needed to fix that. And so one of the biggest reasons why I want to be rich is to help people that have gone through that circumstance of being in severe, unbearable, life-changing physical pain, and they have no way out of it. I want to help those people. And that's not something that's going to be cheap. So, being rich is probably something that's fun, but also for that goal, it's a necessity. That's why.
Well, one thing I can say about our friendship and just having gotten to know you over the years is that all the times where I have seen you be angriest, and I think anger is a very necessary emotion, a very beautiful emotion. But all the times where I have seen you angriest are the times when you've been your most helpless. I feel like helplessness for you is something that just, it gets that deepest root heartstring, and it brings out the best in you. So like, I can see, like, there's no doubt in my mind that you're gonna get the riches that you desire because you've gotten to that point of seeing helplessness. And there is no obstacle tall enough that you can't jump over when helplessness is involved. So
It's so true though, because before I was in physical pain, my mom was in physical pain.
yeah,
She's been going through this for longer than me. And there's nothing that's really moves you quite so deep inside as seeing someone that you love and that you know loves you deeply in severe pain, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing worse than that. And I mean, even to the point, so at the hospital, I've had patients, I'm particularly thinking of one patient where I've formed a really strong relationship with his father because he has to see his daughter go through a lot of things that he has no control over. All he can do is fight for her and advocate for her. But there's something to the pain of being helpless that's, especially when it entails being helpless to help other people. It's not, being helpless for yourself is one thing because you can you get to a point where you're like, okay, I accept this and I'm going to move forward with where I am. And I'm still going to try to be my best self and, contribute to the world and the people around me. But when it's someone that you love, that you can't help, that ache doesn't stop. There's no getting past that.
I got two aside stories about this guy. So let me see. You leave Georgia Tech, and me and him went to Georgia Tech together. It's like my final year at Tech. He's going off to medical school in Grenada, and he leaves. We're workout buddies, and our entire lives are changed. Like this is the guy. This is the guy I know him as. And we talk every week on Skype, which is very impressive. Every single week. Sundays, we talk every single week.
Hashtag friendship.
The friendship. We did every single week. I don't think, did we miss a Sunday? I don't think we did. If we did, it was one or two out of 2 years. 2 years. So it was very impressive. The consistency was very impressive.
Yeah.
The final week that he is going to be in Granada, this is his finals test and everything.
Right.
I come up to Granada. Now, obviously, I've known about his knee injuries now and all this kind of stuff, but we're talking through Skype. So I see his face, I see his smile, he is still the same Blair. I didn't know the Blair who was going to approach me was going to be on crutches. He was going to be limping. He would have to walk up this huge hill to get to his home every single day. But he always had that same smile on his face. Every single time. Every single time. You were in some of the worst physical pain that I've personally ever seen somebody go through. And you treated me like a royal guest, showing me around this island in which you could barely walk around. It was very beautiful. So that's the first story. Now the second story is, I remember the first maybe it's not the first time I met your mom, but it might be one of the first times kind of I met your mom.
Right.
And she has this thing about nerve endings. So it's like when the weather gets a certain type of way, like it really affects her.
Yeah.
So I think we went some wing place, we're eating wings. It might have been Wing Nuts down by Georgia Tech, something like that. And it's like a cold night or something. And we're having a good time. He's this Blair. He's smiling. And then his mom starts shriveling up because like the cold's affecting her nerve. And you can see that she's not having a good time. She wants to have a good time, but she can't have a good time because she's in so much physical pain.
Yeah.
He loses this. So he never lost it for his knees. And having to limp up a hill to get home just so he can lie his head down. Because, you gotta get home. You gotta get to your own bed. So it's not like this is getting to, we can choose to skip class. If we had to go to class, we can choose. That's a choice.
I did.
Of course you did. But you gotta get back to your own bed. And, but only time I ever saw you lose that smile was when your mom was in pain. So every single thing that you have said, just from my outside experience, has been 100% validated. I'm like, yeah, that's Blair. Like, it's easily you. And that's wonderful that you have that. Like, really, you don't know. I think that's the emotional intelligence that people lack so much in our society today. That, like, the empathy, to be able to, like, see past your own pain. Because pain really is relative.
It is.
Like, especially your own personal pain. Like, hey, see if Mr. Smith Blair's that. He looks just like him.
It's gray.
Just like him. But, see your mom. It's Blair's mom. He has her hair.
Yeah, she's not great.
She's not great. But to see that when you take other people's pain and you take it more personal than your own pain.
Yeah.
When we speak about these high ideals in society, about like love, about sacrifice, about like trying to make things better, things greater and stuff like that, like it starts with that. It really does. Like if everything you're doing is personal just to you, yeah, you'll be successful. You'll, this and that, and you'll get what most people would consider success, but you're not going to change anything. You're just going to change your own circumstances. You're not going to change the world. You're not going to change anything. So literally when people say, oh, we need to make the world a better place, we need to do this kind of stuff, I always say that, like, the first thing that you have to do is be able to experience someone else's pain. Because like whatever you're going through, there's somebody more who's going through something much worse. Like if you got plate on your table, like say we're in America, most of us are eating. Just add hunger to the mix. Just literally add some hunger. Have you ever been hungry? Oh, buddy. Like it's not fun at all. Add being cold. Add being in the super hot area. Like add just being uncomfortable. Like who likes being uncomfortable? Like even the word uncomfortable is uncomfortable. Like but this dude right here, you choose to be uncomfortable a lot of times. Like I said, or at least when you're faced with discomfortability, you don't run from it. Right. That's saying I don't want to say, you're like, oh, uncomfortable, come here, like give me a hug. Yeah, that's not you. But like, it's gonna come and you face it. So, that makes me a proud friend. Like I said, I'm always been honored to be your friend. And I don't say that lightly. There's a lot of people who I'm their friend. It's like, oh, am I honored to be your friend? But I am honored to be your friend. I'm honored to have met you and that, doing a podcast. Like, I'm honored. Absolutely honored.
I'm with you. One of the things that has meant most to me, that's something you gave me. This was after Grenada, when I had gotten back. Mm-hmm. You told me that even with everything that I was going through and I've been through, you never saw like the point within me that I had given up. That was like everything. That I took that, and that was my badge of honor. For
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And honestly, having someone see that in you is powerful. It's truly. So I appreciate I appreciate what you've gone through with me, and that you are still with me in a same or even greater capacity than how we began.
It was easy. It's an easy journey because you don't complain. Like, it's easy. I mean, honestly, it's easy to see somebody when they don't complain.
Right.
Like, if every single time you meet with so-and-so and they're like, oh, this has gone wrong and this has gone wrong, it's like, can I actually see who you are? Because all you give me is your grief.
Right.
You know, like, you never, like, just outright gave me your grief. It would come out. But you always just tried to give me Blair.
Cool.
You know, and Blair is a complex, multifaceted individual, so...
I'm pretty simple.
No, I mean, to a certain extent, but, you know... But complex, it's a complex simplicity. Yeah, that would be a good word for it. So, you always gave me that, so it was easy. It was easy, like I said. We could have a conversation where there's going to be tears, but it was always going to be laughs to balance it out.
Yeah.
It was never just tears.
We were always a whole being.
The whole being, so, yeah. Like I said, it was easy. This has been the easiest, one of the easiest things I've ever done. Is being your friend.
Awesome. I feel the same.
Which is fantastic. Now, if I could find an easy girlfriend, we would be in. Whew.
You remember our first episode?
Okay, so that's a great transition point.
Whoa.
So, with who you see yourself wanting to be, becoming and wanting to be, who do you think would be able to complement that? Okay, there. Sorry, I was looking at the face.
God only knows.
God only knows. Who would you want to complement that?
It's. I feel like that would be a difficult answer for someone who's not as complex and weird as I am. But given me, I think there's only one girl I've ever really been in love with. And there are remnants of that love still within me.
Yes, there are.
So
many conversations.
It feels like it never stops.
Yeah.
But
that one this week.
Exactly. But I need someone that is stronger than me and that can remind me of my strengths in my weak times. Also someone that's hot.
It is important. I mean, you know, we could talk about, I don't want to get rich. I don't want to you do. You want to be attractive. You want to be financially stable. Like that. Those are things.
Oh, but given that, I also want someone that really wants me and loves me for me, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be, after I make however much money that someone is attracted to me, and part of it is because of the money that I have versus the hard work that I put into myself and, my desires for helping people. I don't know, just the elements of who I am is what I want to be loved for, not anything else. So I also need someone who isn't afraid to apologize. I feel like this is a recurring theme in my love life.
So you need somebody who takes accountability.
Accountability, man.
Yes, accountability is a thing, and it is attractive.
Yes.
Woo,
no doubt.
Accountability. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Who we gonna eat tonight if you say, you give me accountability? I'll fix you a sandwich. What you trying to eat? You want that on rye bread? Sandwich, exactly. Yeah. What you need me to do?
Yeah.
That's real. Okay. Okay, so with that, let's do our favorite segment. Movies, television shows.
Okay.
So with seeing who you're becoming and having just stated all that you want out of a spouse, couples in movie and television, who you see yourself in and what you would want as opposite. This is your episode, so you have to answer these questions. You're on the spot.
Poe and Tigress.
Did they get together?
They're pseudo together. You got to read between the lines.
Yeah, read between the lines. Okay. So interspecies, that's what he wants.
Okay, let's simplify here.
Poe and Tigers. Okay, why Poe and Tigers?
Literally just because she is there for him. Like, it's interesting because, like, he goes through the first movie, right? And he discovers a love for himself that wasn't there before. But then he figures out that his goose dad is not his dad.
No, spoiler alert.
I know, right? And he's like, I need to find my family, or like what happened to my family, all this stuff. And it went from like, I finally found a love for who I am to, wait, who am I?
In
you have to know
sense, yeah.
You have to know who you are to love yourself to begin with, right? So he kind of like he got there. He honestly got to a place that maybe most of us don't even get to. That's a great place to be. And then he backtracked a little bit, and I think that along that journey of him not knowing who he was, Tigress really stepped up and was the friend that he needed. And I guess even in romantic relationships, you have to still be that. You have to have that elements of true friendship, right? Companionship. Of, I'm there for you. I know this sucks. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it, but what I can do is be here for you. And I think that Tigress really embodied that in the second movie. She it was funny. He was expecting her to basically punch him in the face, and she gave him a hug. Took him completely aback, right? Right. And no one else expected it. Everyone was like, but it was exactly what was needed in that moment. And she gave it to him.
Nothing like cartoon love, huh?
Shut up.
Okay. You got any more examples, or are we just that period?
Man, I don't know. I don't think you can do better than that.
It is a great example. As much ridicule as I'm giving you, it's a pretty great example.
Give me a second. Okay. There's another. Okay. I don't know how well known this show is, though.
Please don't say The Mentalist, because I still haven't started it.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
It is. People keep giving me shows, and I haven't started them, and then get on me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I haven't finished Dawson's Creek, so that's my.
I need that. Just one episode. I want you to see one episode. One episode, guys.
If you can't tell, we communicate very heavily through TV and
movies. It's fantastic.
Yes. Okay, Chuck. Okay.
Who's in it? Is it a show or is it a movie?
Yes. It's a show. It's a TV series. They have 7 seasons or something. Anyways, you have a geek who.
No. You have a geek.
You have a geek who unwittingly becomes a secret agent.
Okay.
I think I've told you about this before, so if you start remembering it,
maybe.
But
it's not happening. Yeah, okay. Geek who becomes a secret agent. Gotcha.
Anyways, he finds this this ridiculously hot secret agent woman is
fantastic.
His hand. Exactly.
That's how life goes, right?
Starting off great. And then over 3 or 4 seasons, they build a relationship, and it's all wait no, okay,
Because they can't get together in the first season, exactly. Right? So why would there be a second season?
Exactly. And there was like a lot of obstacles between them, and both of them still decided to really fight for each other and go for it. And then that's not even the biggest part, though, right? The biggest part is like the last couple of episodes. Spoiler alert.
Stop watching the podcast if you want to watch Chuck.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So she, basically has her memory taken away, and forcibly so, by a villain of the show. And part of the memories that were taken away were the memories that were with him. So she doesn't remember their relationship at all.
Sounds like love.
Yes, it does. Even if they remember, they don't remember. But he's he still knows that the love that she has for him is there, no matter what the memory is, whatever. And I mean, really have to, I respect how hard he fought for it. And then she actually, she had made videos of over the years that she recorded of herself and how she was talking about him. And then she was like, okay, so I know that I did have love for you, I just don't remember that. And then she still just kind of she had that ambivalence for a minute, right? Because hell, if you don't remember someone and you're told that they're the love of your life, man, it's a big thing.
More in Peter Quill, now in Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3. Yes, you don't know who that is. It's this the dude? Gamora, how far you have fallen.
Peter Quill. Anyways, but she comes back to him even after facing that, right? She trusts. I don't know. There's something about even when all the cards are stacked against you, and you still fight for each other. That's what I want.
That's what you want. It's kind of interesting. As you were talking about that, I was like, are feelings independently tied, or are they independently or dependently tied to memories? By that I mean that
yes and no.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean it's a philosophical question more than a biological, I guess. I mean,
there's a neuro component, but yeah. Sure.
Well, the way I'm asking is more philosophical because I do get the biological, but it's so our feeling. It's almost like are feelings their own thing, or are they really just what I thought of a memory?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, technically, from a neurological standpoint, it's just what I thought of a memory, correct?
Yeah.
But then
memories have a large component to them, at least, and then there's this subconscious component where you associate a feeling, even if you don't fully realize it.
So.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it is yes and no to both of them, because it's wow. Because if you take away that memory, then it's did this ever happen? Does this ever exist? But if there's still the remnant of that feeling, then yes, it did.
Right.
It's interesting. That's a good movie in itself.
Second movie coming by Enoch and Key.
Okay. Last segment of this podcast for episode 3 is I guess it's now on me. What did I learn about you in this talk? Like I said, I knew about your grandfather. I did know about that. I don't know if I realized the weight of it though. Literally, you're the one who touches his heart. You feel there's not a boom 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 there. So it's for me, it was Lion King that taught me about death, but it's you was I'm losing someone who I'm super close with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty huge thing. What else would I would say? I want to say I knew this, but I guess again I didn't understand the weight of it until now. But really, just that blind fight that you want to have. You want, or at least you want people to really have for you. We were talking about a spouse when you were mentioning it, but it seemed like even with our friendship, your parents' friendship, all this that we've been talking about, you just want people to fight with you just because.
Yeah.
No reasoning behind it. Hey.
Nope.
Are you fighting or not?
Yeah.
You know?
Remember the scene in the town?
I was about to say the town scene. I was literally about to go there. Okay, so if you want to be his friend or his lover, you know, you need to fight without reason, rationale, or whatever. You know, you need to be one of these crazy people like me. He's worth it though. He won't ever lead you into a fight. Well, you might lose that fight, but he won't ever lead you into a fight that's not worth fighting.
Right.
Right. So, you know.
Right.
So, it's good, man. Like I said, it's been an absolute honor being your friend so far for the last 8 years. I can't wait to see what the next 80 years look like. You know, we might not
Probably gonna die for it.
probably, yeah, probably, but you know, I feel like that was more poetic with the 88. But
yeah, it was.
But no, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. I'm happy we were able to do this episode about you to give a shining light on who you are and who you've been. It's been great, man.
I appreciate it. You've done a great job highlighting all of the good aspects of it.
Yes. This is like a biopic. Like everybody wants you. You can have a little tidbits of the bad stuff, but like you know, the cocaine addiction. Then that needs to be just an underline. That doesn't need to be like the main point. You know.
It hasn't been for a few months.
Just kidding. He does not have a cocaine addiction. Anybody who has a cocaine addiction, please call and seek help.
Yeah. Because
cocaine is a hell of a drug. You ever seen that with HBO?
No.
Nope. Okay. I'll show you the clips after this.
Nevertheless.
So that concludes our third episode. Look forward to the fourth episode. Spoiler alert, we're about to shoot it right now. So we're gonna be in the exact same setting, same clothes. I'm gonna hit record and then we're gonna play to the next one.
It's time.
All right, buddy.